This video is meant for the adult action figure collector. This video is not meant for kids. In the previous video, I mentioned that I was able to secure two G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Copperhead. So we are free to Kitbash one. And this is going to be my Kitbash version. So this is the version from G.I. Joe Classified Series with its corresponding accessories. Now this is my version or my take of G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Copperhead. Let's do a quick 360 view of my Kitbash or personalized version of Copperhead. Before we discuss accessories and weapons, let us first tackle the body parts that I used for this action figure. Okay, and the reason why a change in body parts. Okay, upper half, that's going to be Copperhead. So from the head, neck, arms, body. Now waist down, man briefs, legs, except for the boots, that's going to be G.I. Joe Classified Series Rock and Roll. So these are the parts that I actually replaced from the action figure. This section of the legs actually are good. If only I had a replacement for this piece, which somehow matched the color of that. Because this, well, my first encounter with this is going to be with the Robin Hood Men in Tights movie. So the chastity belt that Lady Marian would use. So I just can't help but scribble this on the back of the belt. So for those of you who don't know what this is, so chastity belt. Okay, just a quick read up with regards to what it is. With the unnecessary and unsightly body parts out of this action figure, we finally did Copperhead justice. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessories that I added to this action figure. Okay, so let's move the camera just far out quite a little bit so we could take a closer look at the action figure. Okay, so let's start with the head. Now that's a very distinct head unit. It's not going to be Copperhead if it's not going to be this head sculpt. But we just added a goggle set which I took from a Cobra Viper. Of course, the Vipers don't need goggles, but Copperhead does because he has an exposed portion of his face. Okay, so next item is the inclusion of a backpack. So just in case his vehicle would have a engine malfunction or runs out of fuel or gets blasted by the Joes, he has a survival pack on him always. So on his pilot side. So essentials such as MREs or meal ready to eat, water, and a change of clothing, socks, and of course boots possible. Okay, so next item, shipwreck items, G.I. Joe Classified Series shipwreck items. It's going to be the addition of a working holster, this time to the non-working pistol holster that was housed with Copperhead in this section. So I just X-Acto knifed that false holster and changed it with the one that comes with shipwreck. So this is the Beretta Model 92 or the military M9, and I just painted the details on the slide and on the pistol grip. Okay, so let's place it back there. Shipwreck. So I think this weapon system would fit Copperhead better. So instead of a percussion type, it's now a side-by-side 12 gauge sawed-off shotgun. So with an X-Acto knife, I just cut off that hammer, so it would look more like a side-by-side shotgun. And on the other side, we have, instead of a machete, that's a knife. So knife which I took from a G.I. Joe classified series, Snake Eyes Origins Snake Eyes figure. So I just cut off the portion of the handguard, so the figure could hold on to it, because it has just a very narrow opening. But with regards to scale, the knife really belongs to that sheath. And it's just a funny thing that G.I. Joe Classified series would issue him a machete with an exposed edge, because the sheath just doesn't cover the whole machete. So very silly. I didn't like that. So the shipwreck belt had a hook on this section, so that's the connection point where that knife sheath would be glued to the pistol belt. And actually it looks good. So I have the option of either rotating that to this side, still looks good, or this side. This way, still looks good. So that's the reason why I didn't glue the belt to the waistline. And I added a Cobra logo to the buckle, the Cobra buckle. Very redundant. Cobra buckle with a Cobra logo. Okay, so the shotgun, this belongs to a NECA action figure and has been revolving around with several figures. Of course, every play day, I would switch weapons just in case that I would have new ideas. And finally, this was just a floating piece in my accessories bin, or weapons accessories bin. So finally, I think it has found a home with Copperhead. So 2 shotguns, a side-by-side, and a pump action, and it has a semi-automatic pistol, and of course a survival knife. And one last item that I changed or took off from this action figure is going to be the arm bands. Well, actually they are just for aesthetic purpose. Actually really no point in using them in actual operations unless you're wearing really baggy sleeves and you want to somehow contain those sleeves, then you would need armbands. But for a bare arm like this, it is just for show. Something to beautify or aesthetically improve the looks of an action figure. But somehow the rubber bands that come with this action figure just didn't complement the action figure. Actually, it was a point of nuisance. So I replaced them with elastic. This time flatter and complements the action figure better. So if you like this review or video, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.